There we go.
And
Alright.
they're off.
Same pattern as last time. We got Meta and
Yep.
Prodigy going to Quick with Charlie Boy going to Flash. And of course, they're going to change stages right after and do the opposite.
Well, Charlie Boy also decided to change his spring as he's going around as Roll. He's gonna clean things up. Ooh, and we have Lemon bouncing Sniper Joes.
That does not bode well. In my experience, when those guys show up at all, they show up in the beginning of Heat Stage too. Oh no, we got a little bit of the Fanish Inquisition here too.
Fortunately,
seed could
they're
be a
they're,
little
they're
more
one
disa-
shot.
Yes, that's very fortunate. That's probably the one saving grace, but their position in other stages could really turn things for the worse, depending.
Don't remind me.
Oh wow, Metalo taking a death to a tin can in quick stage here. Wow.
Because they're not because they're not one-shotting.
They're not 1, 2, or 3 shotting either. They seem pretty intense. There we go. He's making a little headway here now.
Yeah, Prodigy also had trouble as he had to consume his E-Tank. And Charlie Boy not getting the E-Tank from Flash Stage as he'll be the first one to fight a boss here. And Flash.
Not even randomized. Oh, geez.
Nothing less randomized would have been his color. But hey, at least he's an easy Flash, as he likes to jump high and be an easy target. And we got Wood in Quickman stage.
We got item 1 on Flash stage there, too.
And Wood, very easy to take down. Charlie Boy opting to grab that extra life. Alright.
Charlie Boy having a little trouble with that fan and tin can combo, but he made it through without popping the E-Tank.
But he's got to get through this last one, and I think that's death, so he's going to have to eat that E-Tank regardless. Yeah, so Quickman stage not being friendly to our runners today. Or in this race.
No, not at all. Now this seed looks like it's going to be a little more troublesome than the previous one, which is kind of good. We like to see a little bit of a struggle now and then, only a little bit though. We don't want to see anybody get too caught up, but you don't want everything to be perfectly simple every time.
As someone who's on the bottom of the totem pole in the group that just joined, I like to see a little struggle.
Yeah, makes you feel a little better about your own struggles. We have a question in the chat here. So even though bosses are hidden on stream, the runners actually know, right? The bosses are not hidden on stream, unless I'm misunderstanding you. The actual boss that'll show up in a stage is unknown.
Yeah.
But as far as what stage they're going to, they do know what stage.
Yeah, so pretty much they know the stage they're going to, but they don't know which robot master is going to be at the end of it.
Right. So like on Prodigy's screen there, it just said Bubble Man. That's just because he's going to Bubble Man's stage. And that's the only thing that's indicating is what stage he's going to. As for what boss we'll find, we have no idea. None of us know. The runners don't know. It's a mystery.
Well, technically right now we do know which two we won't see.
That's a fair point. We do know what two we will not see. You're seeing question marks for the picture. but beneath them is the text depicting their name. And there is an option in the randomizer to hide that as well, but I don't believe they are hiding that at this time. I know they aren't because they intentionally picked Flash and Quick stages for their first two.
Because they
So
are
they
cowards.
definitely...
I'm sorry, I couldn't help, because they are cowards.
They're cheating! They're cheating!
Anyway, so we got both Prodigy and Charlie Boy in Bubble Stage, and we got Metal making his way through air, which doesn't even have any fat men, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that was my primary concern. As soon as I saw them on the quick stage there, I just assumed they're either going to be on air or heat, and neither one is a good place for them to be. At least not from our runners' perspectives.
And I think Prodigy took a death.
Yeah, and he's attempting to do... He got the zip. I think Charlie Boy actually did... I could be mistaken. I think he did the Buster-only version of the bubble zip, but yeah, Prodigy wound up taking a death somewhere and had to come back and do the zip. Luckily, he got it.
So back to our previous question, actually, real quick. So as you can see, in Bubble Stage is Metal Man, and in Airman Stage is Heat Man. So as you can see, the bosses are randomized. Also, as you saw, that's the best Metal Man, as he'll just jump into the spikes and not go anywhere.
Metalo picks up item 3 from the air stage there.
Yeah, so the weapon names are changed as well as the letters in the menu, but when they actually get them, they don't know what actual weapon they get until they open up the menu. So we got Metalo going to Crashman stage and Charlie Boy going from Metal Man. Yeah.
Oh, he missed the zip and was forced to rise up. He couldn't even drop off of his platform there. That's unfortunate. Bit of a time loss, plus he's missing the zip, of course, which is additional time loss. Charlie Boy making good use of those item 1s, though, to avoid most of the damage throughout the stage.
And that's an airman that's camouflaged into the stage background.
That is the best airman I've ever seen. It makes me think of Virtual Boy.
My eyes, they're bleeding. Well, the upside is, with the conveyor belt, when he jumps to the other side of the screen, just shoot him in the back. I wonder how that would work, his air in the conveyor belt. I wonder what wins out in the end. Alright, so Charlie Boy going to Woodman stage next, and we got Metalo going to Metal stage.
Prodigy still on air stage here.
Yeah, Prodigy not having any fun in this seed whatsoever.
Metalo gets that zip there on Metal stage, and looks like he's going for the 1-up here. Probably a good idea, since he had that death on Quick stage earlier. Prodigy's fishing for a weakness on Heat Man. Looks like he's not really going to find one, though, so he's just going to opt to buster him down.
Yeah. So it's, like I said earlier, I prefer to find Heat Man's weakness regardless of his timing and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of the most dangerous fights, especially depending on what the randomizer does to you. And he's also one of the slowest fights, depending on what the randomizer does to you.
And obviously, we don't want to go slow.
No, this is not Slow Runs Live.
Not with that attitude. Alright, so I'm just going to assume it's Charlie Boy's coloring for his screen, because definitely you can see Earman much more clearly on Metalos. And Prodigy taking the... Oh, taking another extra man there.
Charlie Boy finding item 2 there at the end of the Woodman's.
Ooh, this track. Got some Mega Man X2 Crystal Snail music going.
Probably my favorite song from the whole X series. Oh no.
Oh.
Nasty death from the springy guy there. Dropped him in the pit. Poor Charlie Boy.
Yeah, so Duckfist, who's the programmer for this, has used a Mega Man 2 soundboard, or I think it was Capcom soundboard, and basically imported or remixed tracks from that soundboard into fit the Mega Man 2 soundboard to make them nice and pretty. Sound nice and pretty. And he did a really good job with it, too.
Absolutely. Yeah, so essentially, as long as a track matches the Mega Man 2 sound font, then in theory it'll be compatible with the randomizer. There are of course size restrictions, and that complicates the randomization and choosing which tracks make it into a ROM each randomization. But it's all very doable, and there's well over 100 tracks in this randomizer now. I don't have an exact count, but it's well over 100. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I don't know the count. I don't know all the tracks either, but I know he's definitely mixed a number of X themes into this randomizer. Alright, so Metalo is now heading to Heatman stage, as I believe he is now 2 away from the Wily stages, as well as Prodigy's 3, still got 3, and Charlie Boy's got 4.
Yeah, so long as I'm doing my job right, then Meta has Heat stage that he's on and Bubble stage left to do before we get to Giss the Dragon.
I mean, it could probably, just that, it's also 9 minutes, so, and none of these stages last that long, so we wouldn't even get past the chorus. So it wouldn't be even worth it. We wouldn't even get to the solo. Alright, so Charlie Boy is going to Crashman stage next. And there's Quickman. And there's some Final Fantasy IV for you. Or is that Final Fantasy 1? I actually do not know off the top of my head. It sounds like 4.
I'm not so well versed in my Final Fantasies, unfortunately.
Thank you, Alex. So it's FF3. I at least knew it was Final Fantasy related. Sorry, I got lost in the music there.
It definitely happens. Prodigy ran into Crash Man there, and we got like semi-stupid. He lets you shoot him like 3 or 4 times between his shots, which is pretty nice, honestly.
Yeah, and this is definitely my favorite Metal Man because he just jumps into the spikes and doesn't attack. Alright, so Metalo is actually going to be the first on the Wily stages again, where Prodigy and Charlie Boy are going to be racing through Heatman's stage to be second. Ooh, and they both missed their zip.
Well, Charlie Boy got it. Prodigy's still hammering away at it. I think he's got it right this time. There we go. So, since we're in Wily 1 here with Metalo, it's time to play our favorite game here to guess the color of the dragon and its weakness as well. I'm going to stick with my red dragon guess from last time, and I'm going to also stick with my Metal Blade guess.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with my same color as well as orange, but my weapon weakness this time, I'm actually going to pick Leaf.
And we have some bubble music on Wily 1 here.
I believe that's Airman.
Oh yes, Airman, jeez. I can barely hear it. In my defense, I'm half deaf.
In your defense?
Defense, yes.
And of course, Frico picks Blue Eyes White Dragon. You know, I never used Flashman's weapon as much until I started playing this randomizer in some spots. Like that climb right there.
Yeah, every now and then I find myself having to use it. I never used it before the randomizer, and now I find myself in situations where I have to use it. Sometimes in Crash stage, climbing a ladder, there might be a rabbit or a shrimp or something that would otherwise prevent you from getting up there, so I'll end up using Flash to give myself a second or two to get up.
So an orange belly, green skin, and we call that black?
Gray? I don't know.
Leaf.
Oh, we got, yeah, okay.
2 for 2.
This is why I always die to the dragon. I'm so bad at guessing his weakness.
Well, since you are our resident Buster only guy, it is kind of hard.
What's a weapon? I just throw lemons.
I'm gonna use a combustible lemon to burn your house down. Meanwhile, Charlie Boy looked like he was having trouble, so Prodigy has overtaken him in the Wily stages. And now the quest to find the wall weakness, and it is Boomerang. Yeah, so the music is pretty much similar to Mega Man 2, where, you know, Wily Stages 1 and 2 is the same theme, 3 and 4 is the same theme, and themes changes for 5 and 6.
6 typically doesn't have a theme, but in this version of the randomizer now it does.
That spot always scares me. I know it can be done, but it's like, yeah, it's almost pixel perfect that you gotta get through that hole. Ooh, and wood is one of the weaknesses for Becco, but with the low wood energy, he's gotta find it. And he found it in metal.
Yeah, metal is much more desirable. Typically when you're fighting Pico Pico, you would actually want it to be wood for the weakness, but you'd want it to be a hard weakness, because what ends up happening is you can just kind of stand in the center with the leaf shield around you, and you can destroy multiples with just one single shield firing. But when it takes more than one, it's like the worst case scenario to try to have to use that.
Yeah, and that's not exactly a nice metal blade there, as it was just consuming energy. Alright, and that's also an X theme right there. I think it's...
This is from X6.
Yeah, I was gonna say X6. I knew it was either 5 or 6. It's the gate stages, I believe.
Yes, I know that theme too well at this point. I've definitely gotten stuck on those stages, and probably will do so later as well. I'm somewhat dreading it. Flashbacks here. Never play X6 Buster only. Just telling you guys that right now. Don't do it. Trust me.
It's almost impossible. Or, you know, just don't play it as X.
That is the popular option. Here we go. Prodigy found those metal blades pretty quick there. Looks like Charlie Boy did too. I think that was actually the first thing he tried. We got Meta searching for the weakness, and he finds one in air, which is great because he's able to hit him multiple times per shot there, so that's going to conserve a little bit of weapon energy and get him through there nice and quick.
Yep. There's a nice weapon for that fight.
Absolutely, especially when it fires multiple projectiles, which is another feature of the randomizer. Sometimes it fires one, sometimes it fires three. You never really know until you shoot.
Not to mention its speed. As we saw in the last race, where it more or less had a zip option to it.
Yeah, it would do this a vertical screen wrap, and it would go across twice, which was actually somewhat convenient for the Boo Bean fight. Prodigy almost made a fatal mistake there with that rabbit, but he caught on in time and backtracked and let the rabbit drop in the hole instead of getting himself dropped. We got Metalo going for those item 3. I don't know if there's zips or what, but he's able to place himself at the top of the next screen, which is just awesome, to say the least. And the one he just did allows him to place himself in the ceiling there for a brief zip to make this little hallway a little shorter.
Oh, those enemies are vanilla.
Yeah, this isn't even randomized, is it? Jeez. Showing off on the ladder. Alright, let's check this out, see if he does it again. There he goes with that early item 1. That's just like in the perfect position there. He doesn't even have to wait to get through that room. I love that. I'm a little jealous of it. I wish I could do it myself.
The Rabot's the second worst enemy for this area.
Luckily, he had some little burger guys there, though, to help him out. Since he wasn't going to be able to do the pause buffer strat so well, he could at least take the damage and get across them spikes fairly quick.
Yeah, I'm a fan of damage boosting through that spot when you can.
Absolutely. The pause buffers, it's okay, but not ideal in my opinion.
Alright, hope for God Metal for these. Nope.
He was looking for wood, but wound up on the wrong weapon because of
Oh,
the.
and it is wood.
And it is the names are randomized, so you gotta know what position they're in. Now he has to figure out the weakness to the wall. Oh no, he knows it. That's right. He figured out earlier that it was quick boomerang.
Yep.
So he's gonna make this fairly quick. Oh, he misses his shot though, but that's okay. No problem. Still a pretty quick boo beam fight, honestly. So he's gonna go on to the refights now.
Not exactly a hype theme for refights, is it? It's
Not the
fast,
most
but...
hype, but it's certainly better than.
Well, at least hearing it 8 times or 9 times, I guess I should say.
Yeah. Yeah, plus hearing the health refill 10 times.
Fortunately, we haven't seen the worst Bubble Man in our sets tonight.
Yeah, we haven't had too huggy of a bubble here.
Yeah, I really hate the mouse following Bubble.
I haven't seen him too much in a while. I'm a little out of practice on him. I kind of miss him, to be honest. It felt good being decent at that fight, but I know if I found him today, he would kill me.
I saw him last night in Flashman stage, and later on when I actually had weapons to fight him with, he was not weak to either metal or wood.
Ouch. Meta's pretty close to taking a death here, and he does.
That actually allows Prodigy to catch up a little bit more.
I'm not sure if Meta had an E-Tank, or if he was saving it. I'm not 100%.
I'm not gonna lie, I generally like to save one E-Tank for the Wily machine.
It's not a bad idea, especially if you have the lives to spare. The biggest thing to me is whether or not you can use Buster on it. If you can, then it's like a really, really fast, really free fight for the most part. But
mostly free.
Mostly, yeah, it's mostly free. It also depends on your mash speed a little bit, but only a little.
There's our last boss. Oh, you know what? We didn't see what he did this race because he was in Flashman stage anyway.
Yes, that's right. He still doesn't look too huggy, though. Alright, Meta coming into the machine fight. Is the Buster gonna do the thing? It is. So this is gonna be a pretty free fight then here. And he's off to Victory Road here, as Frico calls it. Where we're gonna play our final game here. What is the color of the alien? And what is he going to be weak to? I'm gonna go with a pink alien. And he's gonna be weak to...
I'm gonna go with red and air.
He is purple.
So my first round color. It was not air.
Nothing works. It can't be killed.
I think it's a full charge heat.
I think so too. That's a dangerous weakness for the alien because reflexively you would like to just get right back on that B button to charge your next one, but if you do, you're going to accidentally heal the alien fully because the uncharged heat takes on the property. And anything that the alien's not weak to heals him. But Meta has finished. He has an official SRL time of 29:58. This is another PB for him by a minute 22. Sub 30 hype, though. Oh, man.
Alright, and Prodigy is now heading down to face the alien. Well, yeah, for all those who are liking this, give all three of our runners a follow. They've given us a fantastic race tonight, this morning, whatever your perspective is. And once again, if you like what you see, join our Discord. A lot of us here are going to be racing again on Sunday, as there'll be our weekly community race. That's going to be on one of the speed gaming channels here. And if you feel brave enough, join the tournament, as it's open to all levels.
That's right. The tournament is open to all play levels, as is the weekly community race, which happens regardless of the tournament every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, it's open to literally everyone, including if you don't know how to set up the SRL things. We work with you and help you. Very friendly crowd. Very forgiving, very patient, and very fun to banter with.
Mostly banter. So Prodigy just finished with a time of 31:37.
Yeah, so once again, you know, there's only a few minutes difference between first and last place here, so this really was a fairly tight couple of races here. This was pretty good. Charlie Boy's doing his final zip here on Victory Road, and he accidentally overzips now. He has to end up taking a death because there's no way to actually trigger the boss door at this point. You're technically in the next room, even though it doesn't look that way. So he's going to have to take his death and try it again. He switched to item 1, so I believe he is going to attempt the zip once more. And he is... Nope. I almost spoke too soon. He is doing it. He is determined. He is going to get this zip. He is not going to get this zip. He's going to have to take another death now. I have cursed him.
He's going to have to do my favorite strategy and just use Flash and walk through. Oh right, there's the 2 energy buttons, so you might end up using those.
Nope, he's going for one last, and he doesn't
Nope.
get it. Now he's going to use Flash and do his walk of shame here.
Looking like She-Hulk. Careful, Charlie. I don't even know if he has another E-Tank.
I'm not sure. He just better watch them hugs.
Or do what I did the other night. Ruin a PB, that's potential PB by hitting stage select instead of continue.
Oh no. Mistakes were made. There's nothing like doing that in Mega Man 3, though.
Or doing it in any race.
Yeah. Ugh. And races are always when the silly things like that happen. It's just tradition, I guess. I don't know.
And that's when that's when you automatically dot forfeit.
That's it. If it can go wrong, it will in a race.
Alright, so Charlie Boy finishes with a time of 34:32.
Alright. GG's to our runners there. Good stuff, guys. I believe that is going to conclude today's showcase race for the upcoming tournament.
Yes,
But
especially since So yeah, thanks everyone for coming out. Give a follow to all three of our runners if you like what you see. Join the community. Join the tournament if you feel so inclined. We're gonna have a lot of fun doing this, as we got a lot of stuff heading your way. A lot of good Mega Man action heading your way.
that's right. We got plenty of weeklies coming up. We got the tournament itself coming up, which I couldn't even try to guess how long that's going to go on for. But every one of the matches should be hosted on a speed gaming channel. As Metalo says, join please. We are very bad. You will win. We promise.
As long as Metalo gives me a 10-minute start.
Yeah, something like that. That would be ideal. I think that's in the rule book somewhere.
Yes, as long as Metalo and Prodigy gives me a 10-minute start, I'll be happy. Alright, so with that, folks, we'll see you Sunday, as that's when our next community race is.
Yep, that's it for now. Thanks for joining us, folks. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you are interested in the randomizer. And we'll see you Sunday. Take care.